It's a reasonable butt clapping.
Man, I was playing well though. Like I was counting well. Like I threw that on CMP. Like.
And of course, if you are watching the VOD after the fact, just skip ahead about 10 minutes. Because we usually just wait 10 minutes for the viewers to come in on the live stream. And then we start getting into the good stuff. So we're watching Lyle on GBLA's Legends tournament. Score is 2-1 against. Best of 5.
That was a misplay by him.
What was?
He switched out and stored all the energy on Metacham.
Okay.
I think he was thinking it was the Noctowl in the back possibly, and he needed to
So this won't KO.
No, I need 2 of these. But Aqua Tail plus Rock Slide I think's enough. I think a shield. So I called it because I'm like, well, whatever. I have to shield 1 anyways. Might as well call a bait.
Yeah.
But you'll see what happens here.
Wow. Oh, disgusting.
Bullshit. That's such bullshit.
Yeah. Nasty. And the screenshot. What a jerk. Can't deny trainer.
Hey, shut the fuck up,
Shut up, Shady.
Alright, that's it. I'll watch some more later. Okay, let's go. Sorry about the delay.
Yeah, that's alright.
Fucking Shady.
Actually,
man.
you can keep watching for a sec while I gotta send out a tweet. I got a tweet.
Okay, sorry. I'll go back into it.
Alright.
Am I still sharing? No.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeing the tournament page. Wait, no, that's not. Right, that's BTW's tournament. Has that started already?
Which one?
That's BTW's tournament, right? They're what's the
Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana Cup.
Yeah, I battled Magic Mason in the first round. It was very close. You can see my team here. Shiftry, DD, Jumpluff, Tyrant, Shadow Gyarados, Kofagrigus.
I can't see your team.
Oh. Oh, I'm sharing the wrong. Okay, that's screen. Sorry, that's my bad. Let me go back to that then. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a good game though. I'm glad that they showed that because I won the second game, and I was pissed, man. I was pissed. I was basically like, if he brings the Medi, I'm gonna be in trouble, right? Because okay, he had Medi double ground, and I had Dragonair double steel. Okay, hello, and I friggin' won that game, and I got robbed by the denial basically on the switch end, right?
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah, you came so close to turning that around.
I caught an ice punch. On on my Registeel, right? He tried to catch a Zap Cannon. I got the 2 Focus Blasts. I got a shield. I CMP'd him. I double shielded the Dragonair. Like, so many things happened in that battle. But it's okay. It was a good battle.
Yeah, it happens.
My battles versus Eddie were really bad.
Hello, Athos.
How's Athos doing?
I don't know, Athos, how are you doing? Also, what's with the question mark there?
I think I closed the window.
Okay,
I had it open on 2 things. Oh no, there it is. It's showing.
So what is that?
What? Is it still doing it?
Every now and then, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Okay. Let's pull up this. Let's talk about how you're doing. What are we doing today? Sunshine Cup?
Sunshine Cup. Yeah.
No clue. I have no clue. Dude.
Just like, what the fuck does he want now?
I was enjoying the time off.
Get to take care of other, get your butt clapped by GBL legends.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Well, when did they happen?
That was before Fort Wayne. So that was like a month before
out.
Fort Wayne regionals.
That's crazy.
They've just been like trying to find a time to squeeze it in.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Something that,
there's a lot of battles because there's 2 divisions.
Yeah.
And then there's like, so after the Swiss, then it goes to like a showdown sort of thing. Like, so yeah.
And they're not. The divisions aren't like one's better than the other, right? It's just 2. Like,
no, it's just random.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so at least I didn't embarrass myself on stream. Played pretty well. Minus the first battle, I got clapped, but was able to make a game of it. Dragonair, as you can see, pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
I would say. Put in a lot of work in those battles. It is tricky to use. You have to really know what you have to really know, as you saw, like some counts and like your shield usage needs to be on point. Like you saw in the first battle, I got double baited.
Yeah.
But that was my fault because my team was so weak to G-Fisk and I led into a G-Fisk. Like, I didn't really have anything to do. I probably should have just sacked. The problem is that I was worried about the A9. And then sometimes when there's like core breakers for your team, like you build a team to like around 1 Pokemon, and then it turns out that it's another Pokemon that you need to be worried about. So.
And which battle was this that you're talking about?
The first battle. You missed that one, I think.
No, I got it. I saw that one. I saw them all.
The only shitty battle was the Trev battle. That was the worst one.
No, and that last one was pretty unfortunate.
Well, shitty for me, but in terms of like entertainment
just the quality
value,
of the battle, right? Also, welcome into Ben Speedy and Bearman Clayton.
Like, I think I win that battle too if I shield that Earthquake, possibly.
Yeah.
Because because I get to an Earthquake and a Rock Slide before he gets to 2 Earthquakes, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking like I should call a bait.
Yeah.
And I know I survive an Earthquake, right?
But that's like a literal coin flip, right? Like you can't call that a misplay if it's like literally just heads or tails.
Well, I was battling Magic Mason last night in the BTW Arcana, and like it was the end of the game. I'm like, he's gonna bait me here, and then after he's like, "You're crazy, dude. I couldn't bait you and get to the move," and I'm like, "Well, then why did you bait me?" Because like it was a shift tree, and I was thinking like, I was like 3/4 health, and I'm like, there's no way a flash cannon kills me from here, right? Like, and then I was looking at the sims later. I was like, dude, like I think a flash cannon might have just friggin' deleted me. Like, I was like, it does half, right? It does 50%. No, it does like 70 something percent to shift tree from Ferrothorn. So keep that in mind.
I was playing in a practice Arcana Cup on the Pallet Town server, and it was Jump Bluff, my Jumpluff into their Shadow Gary, and I had, I want to say, like 2/3 HP left. They threw a move. I had a shield left, and I was like, okay, I just tanked this crunch. I don't think they had any shields left. I just tanked this crunch, get off the energy ball, and then I should be able to, you know, get to another energy ball to KO their last Pokemon. The move turns out to be Outrage. Knocks out the Jumpluff. I can't recover. And afterwards, he messages me to be like, oh, afterwards he says like, oh, I totally did not TM my Pokemon. So it was an accidental Outrage.
That's the first.
Yeah, yeah. And I lost that series. I lost that set of 3. Thanks to that Outrage.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just practice, right?
It happens all the time with me. Anyway.
No, they can only throw the big move if they have the energy for the big move, right?
No, okay, so it's my fault for letting him to get up to an Outrage.
Just saying.
Yeah. You say.
This,
What are you thinking?
Just trying to think about this meta stuff.
Yes.
How's it going? Yeah, so, it seems interesting.
Right,
As you can see, there's lots of normal types.
Yeah, heaps of normal types at the top. So if we start with Vigoroth, because like everyone's talking about Vigoroth, it being another Vigoroth meta. I only rated 92 as a switch though. Hang on, let me go to switches here.
91.9. Pretty good, probably.
That's good, but it's only number 6 as a safe swap. The Double's rated higher. Pidgeot's rated the highest. And how many steals do we have in the meta?
Quite a bit of steals, actually, which is why I'm surprised they're ranked so high. But because like if you search steel, like Gfis is 7, Steelix, Excadrill, like it's the ground steals that are in the meta, and it's grass steel. So I guess there's not that many steals, but when you think about like Gfis, Steelix, like those are pretty common.
Yeah, pretty big ones.
And I actually do like Steelix a lot. Shadow Steelix can beat Vigoroth if you have Crunch. You need to bait.
You need to bait with the Psychic Fangs and then crunch it.
Yeah. So this is just straight Psychic Fangs, and this is you shielding a Body Slam. They leave the matchup with 22 HP. So pretty good not bad for a Steel type, right?
Okay, but it is still losing. Oh, that's with Earthquake, right?
Yeah, with Crunch. And I think this is still shielding a bait. Yeah. See, they don't get to a bait and a thing I would be the same like if you land a. Well, no, they would probably still win this matchup most of the time because like they would probably just no shield the Crunch, right? But I wonder if you can go straight Crunch and just like farm them down.
What if you get the defense drop on the Crunch? No, they've got too much HP left.
It depends. Yeah, if they're counter swapping, you can. Okay, the second Crunch doesn't kill apparently, so you need the defense drop. So I mean, it's not ideal, but there is scenarios.
Yeah.
Like if you do get the first Crunch debuff, then the second Crunch will kill. And like a Crunch does 33% from a Shadow Steelix. And if you want to run Earthquake, that does 70%. So like
and the regular
it's pretty
Steelix
insane damage.
No,
regular Steelix can't really do that so much. Like if you also I would say they're less likely to shield as well versus the regular Steelix, right?
Yeah.
It is still a close matchup because you're bulkier, so like the counters are doing less damage, right? That would be like the.
Do you have to throw the Psychic Fang straight away, or can you like build up to a Crunch, throw Psychic Fangs, and then Just throw the extra...
Here they're building up to a crunch.
Yeah.
And it says if you shield the bulldoze, it's like they have 7 HP left. So, I mean, like I said, it's not like you're still losing, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
I think it has play. And if the flyers are going to be as popular as they are, G-Fist can sometimes be a little underwhelming against the flyers because of mud shot, right?
Yeah.
But if you have Psychic Fangs plus Dragon Tail, like you're going to be like chunking a Pidgeot.
The disadvantage with Crunch is that you would... How does Steelix go against G-Fisk?
Not good, regardless.
Not good? Okay, even with Earthquake.
Well, what is Dragon Tail? Is it 9 energy for Dragon Tail?
Yeah, so it's pretty
and
slow.
It's 3-turn move, so it's like I think it's literally like 8 or 9 Dragon Tails to get to It's 8 Dragon Tails to get to a Earthquake, which is 8 times 3 is 16, 24 turns, right?
Mm-hmm. As opposed to 18.
Yeah.
So it's
and then quicker. 16. No, 18 and whatever the second one is.
Oh yeah, 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah. So okay, that doesn't get. So JJG has just mentioned Blaziken, which I'm looking at, and I don't mind that idea at all, because that would have the like it would beat the Vigoroth. It would be able to beat both of those steel types.
In theory, you beat Vigoroth and the steel types.
Yeah. But
like in practice, it doesn't always work out that way, right? Especially with Blaziken, just the pure like.
Yeah, that's true.
Glassiness of it, like all you need, if that Vigoroth has just like a couple counters, those body slams are gonna be decimating.
Yeah, body slam doing 61% to a Shadow Blaziken.
Oh, Shadow you want?
Yeah, I was
Shadow
looking
or
at Shadow.
I think regular might be better, because like if there's so many flyers, like the super effective wing attacks might be like, I think too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right, potentially, but I don't hate Blaziken. Let's see here.
I mean, it's decently rated. Actually, there doesn't seem to be too many Pokemon above that 82 mark.
Okay, so it says here Steelix can beat G-Fisk. Regular Steelix, you have to bait a Psychic Fangs, and then land an Earthquake. And they still get to 2 Earthquakes before you bait a Psychic Fangs and get to an Earthquake. Just FYI.
Yep.
Shadow doesn't survive the Earthquake really very well.
Mm-hmm.
That's another reason I like Steelix, was because like even in the Blaziken matchup, you do have the Psychic Fangs, which is super effective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why are we throwing Earthquake against Blaziken? Wait, is this Shadow Blaziken really like what people are going to be running, you think?
It's higher rated than the regular. So I think there'll be a lot more regular Blaziken, but Shadow Blaziken does have a high score. Because I don't know how many people would have like an elite TM'd Blaziken. Oh, you don't necessarily need an elite TM. You can run like Blaze.
You can run Brave Bird.
Brave Bird, yeah. But like, how many Shadow Torchic have you caught?
Oh, I've caught a couple.
Anything worth building?
Let me see here. Oh, like I was looking at Blaziken. Like I said, my only I guess we'll have to wait and see how the meta shakes out. I'm just like worried about some of these picks, like number 1 and number 2 pick being Pidgeot, Noctowl, and then like here is Victini. We have G-Fisk, even that, like you have super effective mud shots and rock slides. Gliscor's here.
You let through
Swampert's number 11.
Actually, Shadow Swampert you can just, I believe, 2 shield counter down through.
I know, but you definitely want to have some other things on your team that don't need
Don't need those shields.
Don't need shields. I have a rank 377 for Great League. Blaziken. The IVs are not amazing. That's not bad though, right? For a shadow? That's like hard to...
Yeah,
it's
no,
a 1...
good.
It's a 1, 6, 13. And it goes to 1485.
That's not bad.
It's a really good Combuskin for Little Cup.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, there
Evolution
seems
Cup.
like there's quite a lot of targets. No, Little Cup.
Yeah.
Not Evolution.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say...
I think Conky said he wanted to build a Rufflet. I don't know why.
For this cup.
The memes? For the memes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is surely zero reason to run any other bird than Pidgeot or Noctowl, right?
It says here, it does have a bit of a higher attack stat than Pidgeot. And it's a similar moveset, so maybe like, and it's like it's a baby bird, you know? So some people just like to run the baby Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
I mean, people...
Baby.
No, baby. I'm just saying, like, if you want to run your little baby Pokemon Rufflet in OGL, who am I to just stomp on your fun, you know?
Are you kidding? That's what you do. You stomp on people's fun. For fun.
It is technically worse than the other ones, but it's not like that much worse. This is rank 1s it's comparing. What does it pick up that the others lose? Let's see. Says it can beat Munchlax. And the others technically barely just lose to Munchlax. Mm-hmm. So that's something, right? Copium. That's about it, looks like. So I would say in general, because it doesn't have Feather Dance, right? It has Aerial Ace and Brave Bird and Rock Tomb. So I don't think a Rock Tomb is like very high energy. I think it's 65 energy. Is that it?
60.
So actual Lyle, yo, what's up, Matt Beer? How's it going? I am here. We are talking about the Sunshine Cup. It seems like a lot of flyers are in here, which is making me wonder about Abomasnow.
Well, I mean, if you want an anti-flyer, Abomasnow is not the best for that.
But there's like Swampert, Gligar, flyers.
Yeah. So it'd be
Atropius, Jumpluff are ranked right here, pretty decent. Yo, Shadow Moltres is ranked number 24. I think I might have to actually use my Shadow Moltres.
With Ancient Power?
Well, Sky Attack is the legacy move, so
yeah.
I have it. It's already built for Great League.
There was a debate during Ember Cup on whether to run Ancient Power or Brave Bird as the other, or Overheat, I think.
Yeah, but Ember Cup, Shadows weren't allowed, right?
Yeah, but the moves are still the same.
But I didn't have a Great League Moltres at the time. Now I do actually have one. That's not amazing, but it's serviceable. But the Shadow one I have is a rank 13 from the Shadows possibilities. It's 1498 Shadow Moltres. I think it has Overheat right now.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Overheat just claps
it
things,
does.
man.
Yeah.
Like it says here that it's losing to Vigoroth. I bet you an Overheat would like. So
destroy
it says you throw an Ancient Power and then they get to a body slam and they KO you. Ancient Power and Skytech are the same energy, so I guess it makes sense.
Just a quick stop down to shout out Shieldon PvP, who has just sent in a raid. Welcome into Shieldon and viewers.
Yo, welcome. Hope you guys had a good stream recap. They were doing their factions recap, I guess.
Oh, let's go.
How much do you think an overheat does to a Vigoroth?
Alright, so I'll guess a number. You take the higher or lower?
I just looked.
Oh, you just... Okay. Okay. I'm gonna guess... This is Shadow Moltres to a Vigoroth?
Yes.
85%.
101%.
Far out.
It fully one-shot with neutral damage. That is insane, dude. Like, I think I just might... Dude, I gotta find a way to get shields
do it for the content.
And I'm just gonna put Moltres in the back, and I'm just gonna be unloading overheats.
I might bring back Meme Team Monday for this. And like...
Maybe I'll run...
How much would it do to G-Fisk and Steelix?
Yo, what's up? Alcohol, hope you're having a good night.
Hey, Stark.
Oh, well, it definitely one-shots Steelix and G-Fisk, because a Blast Burn from Charizard does that too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it does 110 to Steelix. That just shows how bulky Steelix is, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
It's bulkier than G-Fisk.
Registeel does 103 to Registeel. Yeah.
117.
Yep. I mean, it could be good.
Yeah, for sure. Sky Attack Overheat.
But again, you need shields. It's the same as Shadow Charizard. So they banned Charizard from this cup.
Energy, basically.
We didn't talk about that yet, but there was only one ban from this cup, and it was Charizard.
So you?
I don't know if you were aware of that.
Yes, I was. So you thinking Moltres as a stand-in?
Could be. I mean, they banned Charizard for a reason, right? I mean, I guess maybe Dragon Claw Blast Burn is a little more busted than Sky Attack Overheat, but still could be pretty cool. And there's no Lantern, okay? So we don't have to worry about that. What is its main concern? Its main concern is Swampert, Miltank, Munchlax, any of the bulky, like, normal types and stuff. Well, basically anything bulky and can deal fast move pressure. Okay, so... Double does pretty well against a lot of the things that it loses to. Chestnut as well. And I'm a big Chestnut fan. Yo, I can just run my Chestnut, my Open Great League team, Chestnut Zard. But we do Chestnut Moltres.
What's the replacement for Frostlass?
Ooh, I don't know.
A bomber?
Maybe like a Diggersby or something. Something to beta. I can't use Victini.
Yeah.
Because my Victini is now an Ultra League.
Yeah. We need a second Victini. Second Victini win. In Unova Tour. We're getting a second Victini. Dude,
I used Victini twice in Pidgeot, Vig, Dubwell. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, that's, I mean, end of stream. I mean, yeah, we haven't looked at Double yet, but Double's going to be fire.
Yeah, I like it. Quite a bit.
Is there anything that actually resists counter in this cup?
Oh, Obstagoon's eligible for this cup, just so you know.
Yep.
So that would be Ghost. Trevenant. Again, if you look at the Pokemon in this cup, I feel like Ghost is not going to be a great typing. Since there's a lot of normal types.
Yeah.
Right? So what else resists? Poison?
Yep.
Poison seems better. Okay, you do have Shadow Nidoqueen. Venusaur is eligible. Nidoqueen seems interesting because, like, it would do decent against Vigoroth. It does okay against Noctowl and Pidgeot, not amazing. You are going to lose to Swampert and, like, Gliscor, the ground types. but like the steals don't look that common. So maybe Nidoqueen could be pretty good in this meta.
Yeah, and I feel like it would do a bit better than the ranking suggests, because the appeal with Nidoqueen was always like you spend a shield, build up a little bit of residual energy, and then you can start threatening the next Pokemon as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Victini, another one. Victini's one I'm looking at. And
we're talking about Nidoqueen, so we don't want to be promoting Victini, okay? Especially Confusion Victini.
See, would we use Confusion or Quick Attack in this meta?
I think you could probably get away with either, because if there's not a lot of... If Steel is not super common, and like there's not a lot of Dark types, it looks like, then Confusion is like nice neutral damage on stuff. Quick Attack is a little awkward at times because of like the inability to farm things down. And mainly with Victini, you have to like debuff yourself. So I think you could probably use Confusion as well, depending.
Let me see what the Matrix says. And then the next question is Overheat or Psychic is the second move.
I feel like you would want the coverage in this specific meta, because...
Well, I did sim before against Vigoroth. If you've got Overheat and one Quick Attack of Energy, then if they shield the V-Create, then you can KO with an Overheat after that.
Okay.
That's in the ones. Hey, crit. What do we Sunshine Cup meta. So this is...
I mean, if you're running Confusion, you could run Overheat, right? Because then you don't need to rely... You don't need, like, a psychic damage from something else.
Yeah, true. Well, just for the sake of... Well, I mean, I can run all three, can't I? So I can go... Quick Attack, V-Create, Psychic... Oh no, Confusion, V-Create, Psychic... No, we will. Here you go, Quick Attack, V-Create, Overheat. You want to pop in, and then Confusion. With V-Create, Overheat. So, Quick Attack, Double Fire, not looking good. I mean...
So CT was saying that he thought Pidgeot Vigoroth Double looked like a good team. How about Nidoqueen Vigoroth Double?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Because
how about Victini Vigoroth Double?
Nah, screw Victini.
Nah, bro.
So it seems like you're just gonna put double Vigoroth back line, and then something that can beat other Vigoroths in the lead, right?
Which, did you check out how Nidoqueen does against Vigoroth?
Yeah, wins yeah, that
cool.
one. It says here it's a 604 battle rating. You just get the two fangs. I mean, they're shielding the first fang, but you are baiting the earth power. So I wonder if you just go straight fang. Does that change it? They're still shielding the first fang, so maybe that will make a difference if they no shield the first one. I think you need to...
So if they try and bait the first one, they don't get to the second bulldoze?
Yeah, it looks like basically if they no shield the first poison fang, and they even if you shield a bait, like they won't make the bulldoze.
Yeah, that's good.
So Looks like Nidoqueen. I mean, if they farm something down and come in with energy, it would definitely be awkward. But then again, Pidgeot. Well, maybe Pidgeot beats Vigoroth better because of the Feather Dance.
But the overall point is you're looking for a Vigoroth counter and then double normal.
Yeah, normal looks really strong, which is why, like they said, people liked Blaziken and stuff, right?
You know, Trevenant could be good purely because Vigoroth is going to be real good.
Yeah, people love the RPOs with Trev, right?
Yeah.
So like look at this for example. So let's say you have Miltank here, okay? And Blaziken. If you counter swap a Blaziken into a Miltank, and they're careful with their tackles, because it's recommending tackle,
Yeah.
They get the 2 body slams.
Yeah.
And they win that matchup.
That's
so
huge.
probably Shadow can counter down. And they're not throwing a charge move, but you have to be very quick. That's 1 tackle lead.
Yeah.
2 tackles, they get to a move.
They win, yeah. And I don't have the reflexes to swap in 1 tackle.
No, you can't swap after 1 tackle? So Miltank seems interesting because with tackle, like it actually does pretty good against even some of the fighters like Vigoroth as well.
Let's go. Hold on, I'm gonna have to stop you there. We have a raid from DeFi.
Oh, yo, what's up, DeFi?
DeFi, who is raising money for St. Jude's during the month of May, and has been doing very well so far. Has had some very generous benefactors. She's, her and her donators are doing wonderful things.
Has she had to eat any hot sauce yet?
Not yet, but I'm pushing for it.
Well, I beat Mason last night in the first round of the tournament, and I told her that if I win the BTW tournament, I will donate all my winnings to her charity.
To the cause,
so
to St. Jude's.
Hopefully I continue clapping cheeks.
Yeah, I was hoping. So we are breaking down the Sunshine Cup at the moment, getting ready for that. So basically, what's the summary? It's like Vigoroth v Good, looking at like probable Vigoroth double backlines, and then like a lead that would beat Vigoroth. Very few dark types around.
I'm liking Miltank now. More
Really?
than I look at it. Because it has Ice Beam.
Yeah.
For the Flyers. And like look at this counter swap of Vigoroth into a Miltank. They leave with 19 HP.
So that makes it farmable by the next thing. And that's
yeah, they're close to a body slam, but still like that's not bad. Like it's a 438 and like you win the 1-0s if like an end game scenario. You can shield once, you get off 2 body slams, right? You can kill in 2 body slams. Because the tackle is nice, neutral damage.
Yeah.
And like you would do pretty decent against Noctowl and stuff with the neutral damage as well as the ice beams. Like look at you're winning all even shields against Noctowl. The only thing it would really I would really struggle with would be steel types.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like Ghost is going to be that popular.
The Ice Beam would be neutral against the 2 main steel types, which is something.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. It's not enough to beat them, but it's like, it's something, you know?
Yeah, so we have a lot to think about here.
Also, Sosaflow in the chat. Go check out Poker Battle Network on YouTube. And you know what else Ice Beam would be good against is looking at that Gliscor there, because that's one of the few things that actually resists the Vigoroth counter. It's
And Miltank would do better against Victini because you have tackle body slam as opposed to counter body slam.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And against like Nidoqueen, you have the tackle Ice Beam, right?
Yep.
So I think there's like it is ranked number 9, and I really liked using in the Great League Remix when they first buffed some stuff as ran. I was using Miltank quite a bit. A couple like not I think it was last season at the very beginning of last season. It was really good.
How does it do against Swampert?
It says it loses, but it says it beats regular Swampert or beats Shadow.
Beats Shadow.
But it loses to regular, but it's a 492 battle rating. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
And you win the 2 shield.
That's default rank, right?
I think this is rank 1. This is default.
Yep.
Doesn't really affect anything too much.
So Sosaflow says, loving Miltank in this meta for Silph, not going to play well in GBL with counters. You have to watch out for, will it be your best anti-flyer for your line of 3? I mean, is there other better anti-flyers? I mean, we've got the steel types, your Stunfisk and Steelix. Would Miltank be the best after that? Or are there other good ones?
I mean, we can check Ice. There's Pillow Swine. Abomasnow we already talked about. Seemed decent. That's pretty much it for Ice types.
Yeah.
Like you have the Mamoswine. But usually Pillow Swine's just kind of like better, right? But Abomasnow is the highest ranked one. I think it's mainly because of the grass subtyping.
Yeah.
Whereas the ground subtyping is not helping Piloswine quite as much in this meta. So you have Steel. What else do we have? Rock. We could look at Credilli is here, number 29. Macargo as well. But again, like you see these battle ratings against the fighters, right?
Yeah.
Like 211, 385. Like Miltank was like hanging in there. I would say like kind of like punch for punch with some of the fighters, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I thought I liked it a bit more because, of course, you're a normal type. You're going to lose to something with counter, but having the ability to flip like a Blaziken potentially and like doing some big damage to a Vigoroth could be a nice little thing. Plus, again, the charge moves are another bonus.
I feel like triple normal isn't ridiculous here.
No, I don't think so.
Because, like, yeah,
I think that's going to be a lot of people are running.
Like, opposing Vigoroth can't take out all 3 of your normals. It can only take 1 out at best.
Exactly. Oh, it's supposed to be in hell. Let's see what other flying types we have here.
Also, we thrive off of viewer input as well. So if anyone watching at the moment does have any thoughts or suggestions, just chuck them in chat. We'll take a look at it.
Farfetch? Anyone? Any Spice Lords out there?
What's that? Fury Cutter, Leap Blade, Aerial Ace. I mean, Fury Cutter, Leap Blade's a good moveset.
This is a Kanto Farfetch. Just keep in mind.
Yeah.
And it needs to be a hundo, and it gets up to 1397 CP. So,
if only it had like close combat, that would be amazing.
One could dream. It is a flying type, if I remember correctly. It is a normal flying type. It's funny how like they have to put normal with all these flying types. Right?
I know. Yeah. There wasn't. I believe there wasn't a straight flying type Pokemon in the meta until like Gen 5 or something like that. Or Gen 6 even? The
only one I can think of is Tornadus.
Tornadus, yeah. Was that Gen 6 or 5?
No idea.
One of them.
How would I know that?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you know that?
I don't know.
Thunderfang Arcanine from Sosa.
I don't know, man. That sounds a little sus.
um,
Okay, add electric. I'll search add electric. So Miltank does,
have
and I can do
Thunderbolt.
comma at ice, comma
Wait, what electric?
at
Oh, yeah, of course.
rock, comma at what else? Kills flying.
That's it, isn't it? Yes.
So these are the things that have ice, electric, and rock type charging. So double can learn wild charge,
Molly, hey.
which is actually lower energy than payback.
Problem
but
is,
it
then you are
walled by the
suffering,
steals.
yeah, against the steals.
The ground steals. You don't get walled by Registeel or the Pierce steals.
Yeah.
With the electric but the ground steals you do. Blaziken, of course, no Stone Edge. You have the Balm of Snow here. Rufflet, we already talked about, has Rock Tomb. I don't know why you would ever use that. Flygon does have Stone Edge.
Yeah, that's interesting. But
I don't know.
both of the big flyers would be able to tank one Stone Edge.
Yo, how about Shadow Magmortar? Karate Chop, Fire Punch, Thunderbolt. You beat Vigoroth, Pidgeot, Noctowl. You still lose the double, apparently. Probably pretty close. Could be interesting.
So Molly says that she's running Vigoroth, Stunfisk, and Noctowl, which, like, that sounds like a pretty solid basic team. I'm actually more interested in trying to find ways to tackle that, because I think that will be a very common...
Which one?
So Vigoroth, Stunfisk, and Noctowl. I reckon that'd be very common, and it's going to be really important to find a way to tackle that team, or a team like that.
Like, that type of team, you will have a bit of problem with, like, a Swampert, depending on the shield scenarios, you know? Like, if it's, like, if you're... So, those are the type of teams that, like, a Shadow Swampert in the back will, like really likes, because those type of people always play for, like, shield advantage, right?
Yeah.
And energy advantage on their Swampert. Like, I don't know if you watched any of the battles from Portland over the weekend.
No, I didn't get
but
to.
There was a battle where AXN versus Shady Equation, and AXN led Trevenant or led Noctowl into Shady's Trev.
Mm-hmm.
And Shady swapped Lantern. He didn't have a great answer for it. So it was a water gun Lantern. So he actually threw a Shadow Ball and then came in with his Registeel. And Shady ended up double shielding his Lantern for switch, and AXN let it go. And he had a Shadow Swampert in the back with 2 shields, and he just sweeped the Trev and the Alola Ninetales that were left on his team.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, that's the power of energy and shield advantage on Swampert. Specifically Shadow Swamp.
But yeah, like Vigoroth does okay against Swampert. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
You have that counter pressure, which is always nice when you have fast move pressure. And is it Pidgeot? Yeah, Pidgeot. I mean, you could Feather Dance, right? Which is always nice as well. The Magmortar is interesting. It's definitely very glassy. Says here you just, if the Vigoroth double shields, they can counter you down. So that's always fun.
So it only took us 50 minutes for Lyle to get into his super spice section.
I don't think this is super spice.
It's pretty spice.
It has a fighting fast move. It has Fire Punch and Thunderbolt.
That's some habanero shit.
This is like the ultimate Swiss Army knife core breaker. This thing will take down a Noctowl and a Vigoroth and like anything else that gets in its way.
I'm sure it's good. I'm just saying, like, you know, we've exhausted all our other options. if we're looking at Shadow Magmortar now.
You take that back. No, I'm just looking at ice rock types.
What's the stat product on Magmortar?
1579, pretty good.
Blaziken levels.
Oh, it's definitely bulkier than Blaziken.
Blaziken's in the 1500s, isn't it?
Oh, Blaziken's 1548, so it's bulkier by 20 or so.
Technically
But
correct.
it is a shadow.
Whiscash is interesting.
Yeah, Wishcash could be good because it's again it's bulky and does really good against the steel types. You do have the coverage of the blizzard. It's always annoying playing a Wishcash when you're a flyer because you never want to shield because they're always going to bait you. But that blizzard just does so much damage, right?
It does, but like Mudshot's doing absolutely bugger all, literally 1 damage. And so
I'm literally trying to pump up Wishcash here, and you're just shitting on it. Okay, dude. I wasn't gonna say it. Is there a Moltres? Yeah, Moltres. We already talked about Moltres earlier. I'm definitely running Moltres.
Yeah,
because I have a Shadow Moltres built. It recommends Ancient Power, but we already talked about as a closer, an Overheat completely one-hits a Vigoroth, like from full health, 100% damage. So I think I will try to build a team around Moltres and try to get shields down if I can.
It would be the same principle as Swampert, really. Like, you manage to get it into a situation with energy advantage or shield advantage, that's where it thrives. And I think one advantage Moltres has that Swampert doesn't really have is got a bit more fast move pressure with the wing attack.
Yep.
So
possibly a bit better typing in this meta, just in general, I would say.
Do you think? I don't know.
Well, I think wing attack seems like a preferred fast move of choice in this meta. So I would say that going for this, you have more farm potential on things in general than Mudshot. And like, because like if you look at rankings, like all like wing attack or counter users are fighting.
I feel like defensively, I think the water ground typing is still a little better than the fire flying typing. Like, obviously the Moltres has to shield every rock slide from G-Fisk.
No, I think you can tank one.
No, get out of here. Shadow Moltres?
Yeah. Moltres tanks one, yep.
Yeah, I can hear the confidence in your voice.
What's that thing called again?
Stunfisk.
How about Miltank?
So Shadow Moltres double Miltank?
No. I'm saying like I want Miltank would be the lead, and then you would have Moltres in the back.
Sure.
That seems like a pretty good pair.
Wow.
You're weak to G-Fist, okay. I mean, how many of those are you gonna see in the lead? Like, it's GBL. You can always play the odds on that. Vigoroth. Why are you laughing, dude? That's GBL.
I mean, you're just trying real hard to make that point. Like, oh yeah, Stunfisk, Vigoroth, Swampert, but you know, how many of those are you really going to see? No?
How many teams have you had like a Medi lead and then they swap into a Lantern?
I don't know.
It happens all the time.
You'll see plenty of Stunfisk in the lead.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. And also Vigoroth beating both. I mean, but we did see the how close the Miltank Vigoroth matchup is.
Yeah, here we go. We can go Miltank, Gliscor, Moltres. There's nothing wrong with this team. This team is perfect.
I do like the thought of Gliscor as a core breaker for
How about then
Vigoroth and G-Fisk.
More realistically, Miltank, Gliscor. Okay,
Look at that.
Oh wow, we're having so much fun now.
Yeah.
Put the Shadow Moltres away. Everyone's having a good time.
Okay,
right?
okay. If you want to talk just fun, we can put Moltres back on the table. That's fine.
Okay, it says this is actually looks like a pretty intense core. You lose to Raticate, Alolan, which is fine. It's probably okay for both Pokemon. Same with Fairthorn. Like, Gliscor probably does okay there. Pidgeot is just annoying because of the Feather Dance, right?
Yep. I like how that's a draw. Pidgeot versus Miltank.
Is that what it means?
Like, on average, it's a draw.
It says Pidgeot wins.
That's the one shield, right?
Yeah, and of course, you know Pidgeot. It's always going to be baiting the Feather Dance, landing the Brave Bird,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
You never know with
Pidgeot.
Pidgeot.
Oh, yeah, you never know?
Never know. Okay, I never know. Lyle knows, because he's a legend. A GBLA legend.
No. You just never shield. And then occasionally you get hit with the Brave Bird and you go, good job, sir. And then like 90% of the other time, it's a Feather Dance.
Yeah.
Literally. It's like, okay, you tip your cap. You got me this time. You Brave Birded me. Every other mother frigger or whatever is going to be Feather Dancing. So I'll just take it to the next battle.
Yeah, you're playing your odds. I mean, I like that concept, just playing your odds.
Dude,
Coming from
how
a
many
poker
times
background.
How many times does a Pidgeot Feather Dance? Every time. Only time they don't Feather Dance is when you know Shield.
Do it every time.
When you know Shield, then they don't Feather
Then
Dance.
they break
right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, this core looks pretty solid though.
Yeah, and
it's
then
recommending another Flyer potentially, or like a Vigoroth,
yeah.
or a Macargo, which I think would be weird, but I think it's probably safe to just put like another normal type in the back, or something else like it says here Blaziken could be interesting, but then you are pretty weak to the Flyers. I don't hate like Vigoroth in the back here because like it's like ABA normal, but like you can always go into Gliscor versus like a Vigoroth lead if you want, and then play around it. This team seems not bad.
Yeah.
Again, double normal. We get to double normal again, but we just add the Vigoroth because it fits in really nicely.
And also, Bunny
in general,
suggesting double as another option.
Yeah, double. Ninetales, it's saying potentially here.
Ninetales.
Oh, I didn't put on Shadows. Stupid team builder.
Yeah.
Maybe like K9 could be interesting. Joe, look at.
Oh, let's
Perfect.
go!
Perfect. We draw out the Swampert with the Gliscor. Shadow Magmortar sweeps, baby. Yo, I'm screen capping this one. Let's go. This is the team. I'm gonna power up the Shadow Magmortar as we speak.
Who would you pair with Moltres and Steelix? I don't know if I'm a fan of that core, because like you absolutely need anti-Swampert. And like, what's the best anti-Swampert? You got like a Bombsnow, but then you're like double weak to Vigoroth. Oh, but then Steelix doesn't do that bad against Vigoroth. Still, like, what else? What else do you have that's anti-Swampert?
I don't know.
There's not much, is there? Like, Swampert actually seems pretty safe.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's the grasses, which we talked about.
Yeah.
What was it? Credilli.
Yep. Also weak to counter. There is Jumpluff.
Jumpluff. I don't hate Jumpluff. Shadow Jumpluff, you can actually so with Shadow Jumpluff, you can two-shot a Noctowl with acrobatics.
Oh, that's crazy.
So if you ever are in like a situation where it's like a bad lead, like if you're able to get like some excess energy, you can like kind of flip that potentially.
You'd need to um, burn all their shields as well.
Yes.
Because like if they have any shields left, you know, they let the first acrobatics through, and then they're like, wait a minute, the next one will KO me. So easy shield.
Okay, so I don't hate this team comp here. I'm messaging my. I don't know why I keep
With
messaging my
Ember?
brother. Yep, something like that. Like a bait out, like a Swampert if they have it.
Mhm.
If they don't have it, then you're good to go. Gliscor seems pretty nice as a safe swap. You have the boost chance. You actually can win the zeros against Shadow Swampert
I
and
was
regular
about to ask
Swampert
that.
with
'Cause-
with a regular Gliscor. Yep.
so
And you win the ones against regular Swampert, I think.
So it can. So that means it can tank a Hydro Cannon, even from the Shadow. Is that right?
Yep. You survive it. It does a lot. You do need like a decent IV. You don't need like rank 1, but let's. So as you can see here,
snap,
so this
okay.
is the one shield. You do survive, and if you the one shield you can bait and get to an earthquake to win, and you just straight up win the zeros. You just go for the earthquake.
That is good to know. Yeah.
I mean, it's like they might counter swap you with with the swapper. The thing would be is like depending on their lead, like they just need to do a bit of chip damage with their lead, right? Trev, are you suggesting thirds, or because all three of those will lose to Noctowl technically?
Two of them will lose quite badly.
Yeah, Moltres like could work. I guess if you ran Chestnut with Moltres, you might want Ancient Power just so you have extra coverage against Noctowl. But yeah, Noctowl is good. Jump Bluff is good. I think
So you just need to make sure you can handle the flyers if you're running Jump Bluff.
Yeah, some sort of steel type, even like Vigoroth, or as we discussed, like Miltank. Those types of things are like more neutral against the flyers, but they tend to have positive matchups due to their bulk and the damage they're outputting. So yeah, I kind of like this. Something like this could work. Blob was saying, my brother was saying he doesn't have a Gliscor or a Shadow Magmortar, and I said that it was a skill issue. But so let's say Miltank K9. It's still not amazing against the fighters, but it could have play. What would you put as a third? You definitely need something that can beat the fighter types, right?
So I mean, yeah, that Gliscor there looks good.
Or you could maybe put like a Nidoqueen there, Shadow Nidoqueen. Right?
Yeah.
Same sort of strategy. It's a ground type that resists thing. You're trying to bait out maybe potentially like a G-Fisk or like a Swampert or something. Like yeah. I don't hate that either.
Yeah, this is the Kanto Ninetales, but it's saying Kanto Ninetales can beat the Noctowl and Vigoroth, Shadow Ninetales. So it's recommending Shadow Ninetales with Ember, but regular Ninetales with Fire Spin, which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it does that, but so Shadow Magmar, what do I got here built, powered up here? So keep in mind, just if there's any Magmar Spice lovers out there, Thunderbolt is Legacy, so keep that in mind.
Those Comday Magmortars.
I have a Great League rank 227 that's
With
evolved
Thunderbolt?
with Thunderbolt.
Nice.
It's a 049 IVs, and it gets to 1491. And it only costs 37,000 plus a double move, which is 90k. Oh god. Currently at 25.31, and the second highest I've been, and I'm waiting to get expert. This cut may not be my cup of tea. Got some mons for it, but you're dropping elo. Well, I think the number one key that is you can't be afraid to drop elo, right?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you're afraid to drop elo, you're never gonna climb. That's the number one thing I would say. Is it like, yes, does it suck to drop elo after you've climbed? Yes. But what I tend to find is if I drop elo one day, the next day I usually gate it back, because you'll find that you are playing against a little bit different skill level people at different elos, right? So you kind of tend to settle in to your your skill level, as long as your team you're using is good in the meta, because that's also another key. Like, doesn't matter how good you are, if the team you're using is not good in the meta, you're gonna have a bad time.
And that's also why we do these breakdowns, is to kind of so you can go into the cup with an idea of what the meta is going to be like and what to run. You can be like, if you're watching stuff like this and your opponents aren't, then you're going to have an advantage.
And as Fish has said before on Twitter and things like that, is like, typically these types of condensed metas are usually easier to climb in. And you might not climb at first, but you'll start to see, like, unlike Open Great League or Open Ultra League, where you see so many different Pokemon, you're gonna start seeing the same Pokemon basically over and over again, right? So you get an idea of the matchups. You know, like, hey, it's a Noctowl lead. Like, I bet you my life there's a Vigoroth in the back or something like that, right? So you get an idea of how to play around that, and you just become comfortable in the meta. So I definitely say the earlier you start playing the meta is better, because of the 1 week turnaround, right? You don't want to find out like, oh, actually I'm really good at this meta and I'm climbing, and then there's like 1 day left.
Yeah. You can also like practice outside of GBL. Like if you're looking at a team that you think might work, then find a practice buddy, test it against them. Get them to throw all sorts of teams at you. See how it stands up.
Yeah, you went up 140 points without Bronze team. That's good. Well, there's not going to be any of the Open Little Cup left this season. I think next week is going to be Element Cup, right?
Yeah.
Is going to be coming back, which is slightly different. But yeah, like personally for me, we need 3 Little Cups every season. Yo, yeah, relax. But I would say, yeah, so I'm just looking at the schedule right now. Yeah, so yeah, next week is going to be the Element Cup and Master League. So, and Element Cup's not a bad meta too, but I think like the key to GBL is like, don't be afraid to fail, and even if you do not reach your goals this season, the only thing you're gonna gain from playing more is practicing, right? Like I remember when I was like getting into battling, like there would be seasons when I would struggle to like reach veteran, and it took me like till close to the end of the season to reach veteran, and then one season I just like went to legend. Like I was like, maybe I'll hit expert this season, and then next thing I know I hit legend, and then I'm like, what the hell? Like that's crazy, right? So, and then ever since then that's what I've been doing. So it just gets easier and easier, I think, as the time goes, because you just get more and more and more practice I don't even do much Silph anymore. Like maybe that's a bad thing to say, but I'm mainly just a GBL guy a lot of the time. So, got a lot of good IV mods for Little Cup. Yeah, a lot of people do like the Little Cup, but it is tricky to say like you're gonna climb to Legend in just a Little Cup because of the limited availability it is, right? Yes, but yeah. Good luck. I hope it goes well. Miltank or Steel? I think both could work. I think it depends on your other, like it depends on how weak the rest of your team is to, let's say, Swampert, because Steelix has more weaknesses to Swampert, but it's a little stronger against, and it's a little stronger against the Flyers than Miltank, where it's a little more neutral. So, yeah, I think it depends on your third that you want to use.
What was the team you liked that had Ninetales in it?
Oh, those were all Miltank teams, like Miltank, Ninetales. Yeah, Miltank double. It was there was a Miltank Gliscor was the core, and then you could have like Ninetales, and you could probably put Nidoqueen there too. You could probably do like a Miltank Gliscor Nidoqueen, double ground. Like there's all sorts of teams. You could run with Nidoqueen, and like things that counter fighting in the back. So I think that's, from what I saw, it looks like a really nice core.
I'm just trying to see if Victini is a better version of K9.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be, yeah.
Well, K9 does help for the Raticate.
It
so
does.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be popular, but according to PvPo,
yeah,
that is one benefit of the K9.
And both beat Thingo. Both beat Vigoroth.
Also, not being weak to a Ghost is nice with like Noctowl flying around, because then like K9 can take a Sky Attack, whereas like potentially, like I'm just saying as a downside, like a Shadow Ball does a lot to a Victini.
Yep.
But resisting counter would also be nice too. So also there's definitely pros and cons to both.
Anything else? Or
I don't think so.
And like, oh, Greedent?
Yeah, see, I like these tackle users.
Yeah.
Munchlax has Bulldoze,
yeah,
which doesn't do as well against the Flyers, but would do better against the Steels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like against like a G-Fisk or something, Ninetales, it says it does pretty well against. It still says it beats Noctowl and Pidgeot, just not quite as good because of not having Ice Beam, right? Mm-hmm. Super effective Ice Beam. Yeah, I like the tackle users a lot. Double also has tackle, but I think
you need double kick on that.
I think you're gonna run double kick. Greedent. Crunch is nice, I guess, for steals as well, right? And potential debuff. But it says it does lose to the Flyers, whereas the other tacklers beat the Flyers.
Yep.
Shadow Domfan. There you go.
Another counter user beats Vigoroth.
It has counter. It also has tackle, because that's what I searched. Beats Vigoroth.
I want to count how many things show Pidgeot in their key losses, but like are above 400 rating. Like, I've seen that a lot.
And dude, I'm telling you, man, Pidgeot is like, oh, how about normal cast form?
It's a huge sim hero.
Yeah, it's just. But the problem with normal cast form is it gets like clapped by Vigoroth.
Yeah, yeah.
But it has Weather Ball, Rock. You have the Energy Ball for the ground types. Could be pretty interesting. Beware. I do not think you should use Beware. With Shadow Claw or Tackle. But yeah, I think that's mainly the big ones we need to cover. I would try to like again, just not be
Chancy.
too weak to the flyers if you can avoid it, because they seem like they'll be pretty common, or Vigoroth. Lickitung is here, but with all the normal types, not quite sure how good Lickitung is gonna be. Like, what are you gonna do if you run into a triple normal team and you have a Lickitung? You're gonna just lose every time, right?
Yeah. Boned. Dunsparce is there too, which Dunsparce
it does well against flyers.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice anti-flyer, anti-steel.
Beats Shadow Magmortar. So that's a good one to beat. Somehow loses to Kanto Ninetales. Interesting.
That's really interesting.
Buff.
That
Hashtag buff
fire spin as
rollout.
well.
Buff rollout.
Rough, yeah, right. That's what it needs. There's more damage.
It needs something, man. It's so crap. How can a
It's Snarl. It's rock type Snarl.
No, it's worse.
It
It's
does
worse.
what? One less damage? Sure.
That's a big deal.
You're not doing it for the. You're not using it for the damage. You're using it for the energy.
I'm telling you, if it did one more damage, how can a neutral matchup between two Pokemon where it has a super effective fast move and a super effective charge, two super effective charge moves, and you cannot win that matchup? Please tell me how that works. I would love to know.
Don't know. I mean, I'm fine to buff roll at maybe 1 damage over 3 turns.
Yeah, buff it 1 damage.
So then it does bring it up to Snarl stats.
Yeah, that's fine. Make it a Snarl clone, or give it Snarl too.
Just give it Snarl. Just cut out the middle bit.
No. I would love if they buff Rollout to be Snarl, and they also gave it Snarl, because that would make Dunsparce actually, like, if you have Snarl and Dunsparce, it actually beats things like G-Fisk at that point.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Which would be nice.
It does anyway, doesn't it? Just
No,
it's harder.
Not really.
Yeah,
Not really.
Really? Okay.
You need 3 drill runs to kill a G-Fisk.
Yeah.
Look at here, 446 battle rating.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's awkward. Rollout does 1 damage, right? But if we put Snarl, boom.
Yep, there you go.
Huge battle rating. Snarl's
Fair
doing
enough.
3 damage. I don't know. Alright, well, who are you rating, Fish? We done here?
We should work that out. Anyone got any suggestions? We do.
So let me see who's live here.
Jay Engels, we've got AJ.
Jangles is live. AJ.
Rowan 8436. We could have.
There's someone.
Cheap. We could jump in on that GBLA.
Yeah, why don't we raid Speediest Chief?
All right.
And then, hold on a second. If anyone wants to, 1 second here.
While you're doing whatever you're doing, we do these breakdowns every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern US time. So jump in on those most weeks. It's so it's going to be Element Cup next week, and then I don't know after that. But yeah, it's every Tuesday night. Lyle is a fountain of knowledge. I always feel just a little bit smarter. Yeah, I always feel just a little bit smarter after chatting with Lyle. Also a little bit angrier.
But... if anyone's here, and they can spam that in the Speediest Chiefs chat for me. If anyone wants to, I would be much appreciated. Thank you so much.
What's the joke there?
It's not a joke. We're trying to free this trainer.
What's the reference? What's the deal?
He got banned from GBLA. He got banned from GBLA.
Oh, really? Why? What happened?
Unfairly. Somebody sent him a DM that he didn't want them to send to him, but he forgot to turn notifications off. So it came up on live stream, saying like, "Oh, this is in the back," but this person sent it to him as a joke.
Right.
And then it was like a whole thing, and he ended up getting kicked out of GBLA. But like that wasn't like,
it wasn't
like he fault. Wasn't. Yeah, so I guess his fault was not turning off Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
So
Was it rude? Like,
no, it was just like cheating. They thought it was cheating.
oh, right, okay. Yeah, that is
So
odd. Alright, well, we're raiding away. We are raiding in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raid. Raid.